I have a quite big perfume haul for you, and today I have mostly niche actually, which is funny because I think the last one was mostly budget and affordable, more affordable perfumes, but I attended two very big events and there were quite a few perfume brands there, and they gifted out some perfumes to try, and then also some were just released. So let's start with the first one. This is Ishq by Anfas. I don't have a cap. This is a tester bottle. I have to get a cap somehow, somewhere, but this is so beautiful. This is an Arabic brand, and I set myself the goal to try out more Arabic perfume houses, and I want to support them more. So this one is a great introduction. This is a beautiful strawberry scent for fall and winter time. To me, on my skin, it smells similar to, or it's in between Burberry Her Elixir and Baccarat Rouge with something more airy. So this is a strawberry scent, but then it shares a lot of notes with Baccarat Rouge, like the saffron, very beautiful saffron. Then there's also some amber. So you have this resinous feeling. You also have the very floral, elegant saffron note, and then this juicy strawberry note. And I love fruity perfumes. It's just very hard to get them right, especially if you want them more elegant and appropriate for fall and winter time. And this is such a beautiful addition to my collection. Then we have a classic. This is Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede, and this is a perfume that was released a long time ago, but they always do like a special design for the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I love this perfume. This is such an easy, everyday, office appropriate scent. It's very clean, but still with some depth. So of course there's peony in here, there is suede in here, which are two notes that are very contrary, because you have this luscious bouquet of peonies, very dominant, but then in the back you have the depth from the suede. There's also some fruitiness in here. Yeah, so it's fresh, it's floral, but then it has like this deepness to it. Then I received the collection from 4711. It's the Aqua Colonia line, and this is the Collection Absolue line. This specifically is Smoky Tonka, which is one of my two favorites from the collection. I love this scent. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so refined, so elegant. It reminds me a little bit of this one in how airy and elegant it is. Actually, all three of them have this airiness to them, but they are so elegant at the same time. This is so elegant. It is like a Christmassy apple whiskey or something, like a drink, like some booze with some apple, some fruitiness, some cinnamon, but then it remains quite fresh and easy to wear. It is never too much. So good. Definitely unisex. Then we have one that I ordered a long time ago, but it did not arrive. And then I had to order it again, blah, blah, blah. But I think I told you about this. This is Jungle Fantasy by Britney Spears. It is her newest addition to the Fantasy line, and it is my favorite. I mean, I did not test all of them, but from what I can tell and the ones that I know of, this one is my favorite. It's so easy to wear. It's such a happy scent. It's definitely my type of fragrance. I like those out of the shower, easy to wear fragrances that make me feel very fresh and clean. But this one has such juicy, fun, fruity notes. I think there's watermelon in here and yuzu. So it's very aquatic at the same time, but not too much. It remains quite fruity and juicy and just like the bottle looks like. It's so nice. And also the performance isn't the weakest, which is nice because this is not a very expensive perfume, and you maybe wouldn't think of a Britney Spears perfume to have like a big performance, but for a freshie like that, I am quite impressed with the performance. Then I got this one. I have had a travel size of this, and I fell in love with it, wore it so much during springtime. So I got a bigger bottle, and now I'm not too sure of it. So this is Maison Margiela from the replica line Coffee Break. And this is supposed to be a creamy and cozy coffee. Doesn't say anything more on here, but it is a lavender perfume. And to me, it doesn't smell straight up like coffee. It's more a very sweet, very creamy, faint coffee note in the background. Almost like sometimes they have candles that smell like coffee and something, almost like that. So a bit more synthetic, a bit more diluted and not very strongly of coffee smelling. But then there is this beautiful lavender note, which is what I love about this perfume, and also what I think is what is challenging about this perfume. The sprayer is also not the best, but this lavender note specifically has a very typically masculinity about it. So on my skin, sometimes it leans a little bit too much in the direction of a lot of deodorants or shower gels for men smell like, and I don't want to smell like that. But then other times, and especially with my travel size back in spring, I got all of the vanilla, all of the coffee, and just the lavender in the background, which I loved. So maybe I have to wait a little bit for this to settle down. I hope so, because I loved it so much. I emptied out the whole travel size, and I do want to wear this because I think it's a very special perfume. Then I have two perfumes from Jo Malone. I have the famous Ginger Biscuit cologne, which I was so excited to receive it. This is so gingery. It's so spicy. I don't really get the biscuit part that much, but it reminds me of a very gingery biscuit, like more ginger than biscuit, if you know what I mean. But it's very authentic. It's such an interesting smell. It's quite spicy. As I said, you have the ginger, maybe some cinnamon, maybe some clove, some nutmeg, something like that mixed into it. But it's also quite fresh. So it's not like a heavy vanilla scent with ginger, whatever. It's more like a fresh winter scent. And because of that, it has this coldness about it, in my opinion. I like it a lot, and I think it would be a great pair with a lot of other fragrances. Maybe like a more simple vanilla scent as a base, and then this on top. I will definitely try it out, because the only thing is the performance sadly is not the best, which is a pity. But yeah, you have to overspray big time with this. Not as much with this one. This is Orange Bitters. This was also on my wish list for such a long time, because people, I forgot, but people said it's like a wintry orange scent, and I forgot what exactly it was supposed to smell like. But I think something like dried oranges on a heater, something like that. Dried oranges in the winter time. And this is very fresh, very bitter. It's very bitter. So the name on this is spot on. It's orange, it's bitter, it's also quite fresh, but because it is quite bitter and I almost smell something woody, it leans, especially on my skin, quite masculine, which is quite surprising to me, because a lot of Jo Malone's perfumes tend to lean more feminine, in my opinion, and on my skin, and this one doesn't. But I also thought this with a vanilla perfume, like a creamy vanilla perfume, would maybe smell like an orange creamsicle, which is one of my favorite types of ice creams to eat. So I will also try the combination out and let you know. Then I have this perfume. I got a sample. I liked it a lot and it reminded me of something. And then I received the bottle and now I know what it smells like to me. So this is Gritti's Beyond the Wall Extrait de Parfum. This is from the Vanille line. And this, to me, the sprayer is so good. This to me smells a little bit like horchata. So if you know the drink, then you know that it's like a milky drink, very nutty from the rice. You have the cinnamon, you have some sweetness, some vanilla in there, and this is what this smells like to me. So this is a tea perfume. You know I love my tea perfumes, but I have a lot of tea perfumes that are actually quite summery, and this one is the fall and winter edition of a tea perfume, but it remains quite creamy. A lot of other tea perfumes have this masculine thing about it. This is a black tea perfume as well, but it has a very creamy iris in there. There is a milk accord in there. It's very, very lactonic, very creamy. Then you have, of course, the tea note, but then also some spices, which gives it this spicy milk thing. And I don't know if it's the tea or what that reminds me of this nuttiness, but I almost get like a horchata feeling, like smell in the air, which I love. I love this drink so much. I definitely have to do it myself. Then I have Black Opium Le Parfum by Yves Saint Laurent, and I tested this out so many times in store and liked it every single time. So I thought maybe this is going to be the Black Opium for me, and I got a small bottle of it. But I have no idea what happened. In stores it smelled so much of vanilla and it was so creamy and sweet, and you got this coffee mixed with vanilla. It was very yummy. And then I got it, I sprayed it on my skin, and it just smelled like Black Opium, the original, to me. It's not as floral as the original, but still the vanilla that I smelled so much was so faint on my skin. So I have no idea what happened here. Maybe you have to let it settle as well. No idea. I hope so. Because as I said in the store, it was so decadent and such a vanilla scent. So I have no idea what happened here. Then I have Juliette Has again, not a perfume. So this was in a goodie bag. I didn't even know it was in there. And I was very excited because I tested this out so many times. And you know I love Molecule 02. And I always thought I don't need it because I have Molecule 02. But now I don't, because I emptied mine out and I didn't repurchase yet. So I was very happy to get this perfume. I have been wearing it maybe like 2 to 3 times, and it's so funny because I don't really smell it on myself too much, but people give crazy reactions, and every time it was a positive one. So this is a compliment getter for sure. It is very molecule-like. It's quite woody, it's quite fresh. It's very unisex and it smells quite different depending on the person that wears it. And the longevity is great. And sillage, depending on the person that smells it, quite strong as well. Then I have a super tiny version of Angel Chair by Kilian. And this is my first Kilian fragrance, I think. And I have a sample of it. And I have a lot of fragrances that smell similar, but this is Angel Cheer by Kilian. I love the bottle. I don't like that it doesn't have a cap, but I like the bottle itself, and I don't have to spray it because I know the scent. It's a very boozy, fruity, Christmassy type of smell that is very unisex. It is quite sweet, so women can definitely wear it easily, but still on men it's very sexy. And then lastly, I have 2 perfumes from Les Eaux Primordiales. I love Ambre Superfluid, so I was so excited to get other perfumes from this line. And this one, I love the blue, is called Vanille Supermassive or Vanille Supermassive. And whoops, this is what it looks like. So this is quite a spicy vanilla scent. At first, It smells kind of vintagey and very strong, like 90s perfumes. Very aldehydic, almost like bubbles of sparkling water. And then it has something powdery, something floral. But as it settles down, it gets a lot more sweet and creamy and spicy. So it has quite a development throughout the wear time. And I have to try it out more. It's a very complex, difficult scent. It's not something I would reach for every single day. I have to wear it more and then I will get back to you. And the last one for today is called Mecanique Intuitive, also by Les Eaux Primordiales. And this one I saw on the Perfume Guy's YouTube channel, and he said that this smells like, I think like Christmassy to him. And I was like, yep, sign me up. I love my Christmassy perfumes. This is what the bottle looks like, a lot more simple. And to me, I don't get the Christmassy thing. To me, Ambre Superfluid smells so much more Christmassy than this one does. This also has this vintagey feeling about it. Also something powdery and something leathery is what I smell. Almost reminding me of like a new car, like the leather in a new car. If you like that, maybe you would like this one. It's not as fruity as I hoped it would be. And so with this one, I feel like it's a little bit more masculine leaning, and I think I will give it to my husband. I have to wear it a few more times to see how I like it on my skin. But as of now, I would say it's more of a vintagey, quite powdery leather scent with some spices and some booze in there that leans quite masculine. So these were all of the new perfumes I wanted to share with you today. Let me know if you've tried any of them. Let me know if you want a more in-depth review of any of them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!